Hi Aquarius, this is Mimi with Divination by Mimi. Welcome to your December 2017 tarot reading with a little bit of astrology and oracle if necessary. There's a lot going on this month. I'll go over the astrology quickly. I'm doing this on the 1st of December, and today there's an interesting aspect that involves your ruling planet. So Uranus is your ruling planet, and it's currently in the constellation of Aries. Your energy, again, you're a fixed air sign, so intellectual and fixed. When you made a decision, you pretty much stick to it. These are the three dimensions. These are the rules that apply. I learn and I prove this, and empirical process, that kind of thing, scientific process, empirical data, blah blah blah. You like that kind of thing, but you're also very progressive. So the aspect that's being made today is very interesting. It's a positive aspect to it and a negative aspect to it. So Mars is in the sign of Libra, relationship house, 7th house, and it's making an opposition, a direct opposition to your ruling planet Uranus, which is in retrograde in Aries. So Mars is a cardinal, initiative, impulsive and young, but fiery energy, and it feeds the progressive and innovative and change-making energy or vibration of Uranus. So Aquarius, you are very much about a collective energy. You want to improve things or make strides or innovations or progress so that it helps everyone. And that is the nature of Uranus. And it's also unexpected change. It likes progress. It likes things to move. It doesn't like things to stay stuck. In this opposition with Mars, it's a very positive, fiery, impulsive, energetic feeding of that. So in the next few months, we might see some innovative technological changes occurring, which is very exciting. Now, on the low octave of that, you're talking about two different ideas of assertion. Uranus, again, ruling your constellation, Aquarius, about the collective. So yours is about the assertion of the will of the collective, whereas Aries, 1st house, is about the assertion of the will of the individual. So this could cause some butting of heads. This could cause some arguments. And this happens on the 1st, but you'll feel the energy for a bit. Now, on the 2nd, Mercury starts to station and then will go retrograde on the 3rd. On the 2nd, and for a few days after, Saturn's making a very unpleasant square to Mercury as it's going retrograde. So if you have Gemini friends or you have Virgo friends, cut them a little extra slack. It's going to be tough for them because Mercury goes retrograde, making information hazy and communication not clear. But then the restrictive nature of Saturn with that square to Mercury going retrograde causes restrictions on top of that. So kind of like you, Virgos and Geminis are problem solvers. They're intellectual like you. So if they see the communication isn't clear or things are hazy or not all the information's there, they work to fix it. Well, with this restrictive energy of Saturn squaring Mercury, it makes it feel impossible. So it's going to feel stuck. Things are going to feel very, very stuck for your friends that are Mercury ruled, your Gemini and your Virgo friends. So be kind. So speaking of Mercury and Gemini, on the 3rd, which is a Sunday, there is a full super moon in Gemini at 11 degrees. And Mercury is in Gemini and is retrograde at 11 degrees. Again, making that aspect to Saturn. Also on this day, still feeling the aspect of Uranus, your ruling planet, opposing Mars. But there's a beautiful aspect on Sunday. Again, full supermoon at 11 degrees Mercury. And there's a common theme here with this 11 degrees of this. And then there's a trine occurring, 11 degrees of Neptune direct, making a beautiful harmonious trine to 11 degrees of Jupiter direct. So very positive aspects. So this trine I'm very excited about because it's magical, it's miraculous. So Sunday is a great day personally to avoid arguments, I think, and miscommunications, to disconnect from social media, to disconnect from Facebook. Don't get involved in arguments on concepts and opinions on Facebook. They'll be unclear, they'll be unresolvable, and they'll just frustrate you. And on top of that, there's this beautiful super full moon in Gemini. So it's huge, right? And then there's this harmonious manifesting trine, wishes fulfilled, anything can happen type of energy of the Neptune direct in Pisces at 11 degrees, trining Jupiter at 11 degrees direct in Scorpio. So a great day to set intentions for things you'd like to manifest in your life. Very positive energy on those days. What else can I tell you? As I mentioned, Mercury goes retrograde on the 3rd, and then will be direct on the 23rd. And then on the solstice, Saturn is going to be returning to the 10th house, Capricorn. So the 10th house, or Capricorn's house, is about your reputation in the world, but it's also about institutions like businesses, governments, court systems, banking, financing. And with Saturn returning to the 10th house, it brings a restrictive rules, law, and order kind of energy. So there's a lot of opinions about what this is going to mean collectively, Saturn returning to Capricorn or the 10th house. There's a lot of opinions about this. I hope I'm not just being optimistic here or overly optimistic, but I think it's going to bring some much needed oversight and regulatory rules of law to the kind of Wild West, anything goes, I can get away with anything mentality of business and the buying of our government. So I'll give you an example. When the former CEO of Tyson, who's still on the board of directors and has such a strong lobby arm in Congress or in Senate that they actually have that person appointed to the FDA, the Food and Drug Administration. That's not a very impartial governing body. It's not going to do what it needs to do. It's going to have special interests that it's going to serve. And the interests are not going to be our safety, the consumer or the citizen's safety. So I personally am hoping and feeling that, without getting on too much of a political soapbox here, Aquarius, I really feel like this will bring some much needed rule of law over the Wild West that has become this unruly business-owned government. So that's how I hope. And I think that's all I need to tell you. Oh, that's the solstice as well. So happy winter solstice. I think that's all I need to tell you astrologically. As I said, Uranus, your ruling planet, is retrograde in Aries, so always looking to progress in a very energy constellation, fiery constellation, with that opposition with Mars feeding it. So expect some unexpected changes. And your other co-ruler, Saturn, returning to the 10th house. So all things I think that will help the collective, which you're very concerned with. So let's get into your tarot reading. I'm going to be doing a 3-card pull based upon the tree of life. So there are a lot of trees of life. So if you follow the Kemetic tree of life, this would be the top 3 placements: Amenasur, Tahuti, and Sekher. If you follow the Kabbalistic tree of life, this would be the top 3 Sephra, Keter, Hokmah, and Binah. And if you just follow Jungian theory, which is what I'm going to use for the reading, this would be the superconscious, conscious, and subconscious mind. And this is the Thoth for the Tahuti deck, created by later Frida Harris and Crowley. Let's shuffle these cards for Aquarius, fixed air sign, ruled by Uranus, for December 2017. What does Aquarius, fixed air, need to know for December 2017? One more shuffle. And we'll cut. Holy Hecate, cosmic soul, mother, creatrix of the universe. What does Aquarius need to know? Thank you. Wow. So for superconscious, you got the Fool in reverse. Fool is also kind of related to your energy. It's a planet associated as Uranus as well. It's the brand new soul or idea or concept or adventure that someone's entering in on. And when it's in the down position or the low octave position, it can tend to mean a bit of naivete. In the conscious mind, you've got swiftness, or the 8 of Wands in the upright. So communications coming quickly at you right now. So this is Mercury in Sagittarius. And And again, with this energy occurring with Mercury retrograde and all the other aspects, and there's one of these aspects is a square to Saturn, which is your co-ruler. Be very careful with your communications. Don't be naive in accepting information from others. Hold off and get clarity on things. Make sure you're being clear in your communications. It seems like the communication thing is very important to you. Because with the Fool in reverse, it's either you being arrogant and thinking you know it all, which doesn't sound, I mean, you are a fixed sign. There could be a tendency to that. But I'm feeling more it's a naivete about the information you are getting. Because you tend to take people at face value. So they say what they say, you know, unless you really get a feeling or they say something to trip themselves up. You don't really go on intuition or right brain thinking. Well, okay. Dominion. 2 of Wands in the subconscious. Yeah. So you might be approaching the reception of certain communications at face value. And one of the strongest points of Aquarius is left brain thinking, logic, rationale, taking facts and dissecting them, but finding them and solving a problem. Again, empirical data, scientific method, this and this, then this is this, Venn diagrams, that kind of thing. But there are other people out there in the world that are adept at being manipulative. And I have a feeling that there are messages coming at you that may not be as they appear to you. You're taking them at face value, and that might be naive on your part. Because with Dominion in the subconscious means you need to take back power here. You need to Dominion's great because it means that you have dominion over something, your life, your business, a project, your relationship, your family, what have you. But there's information being sent to you or being expressed to you fast, kind of like a car salesman. You know, the MSRI and the blah, 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 and the blah, 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 blah. And it's only 300, blah, 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 blah. And you're like, wait a minute, how did it go from this much to this much? Oh, well, it's blah, 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 blah. That's what I'm getting at. This information's coming at you fast and furious, and that's on purpose. So it is confusing. So make sure that you take back dominion and ask them to be clear and to repeat it and to put it in writing. Because the parties that are communicating to you are relying on your face value, taking people at their word way. But you cannot rely on these people, these communicators of this information to be true to their word, to be altruistic, to mean what they say. So ask for clarification. If it still doesn't sound right, ask for it again. Tell them to slow down, write it down, form a contract. Otherwise, you'd be naive in not doing so. Not just because of the Mercury retrograde affecting you, but I think there's something energetically with Aquarius right now. For example, if there's something that you're working on, an invention or something like that, there may be a party trying to swoop in and offering you something and giving you half-truths. Keep asking for more information. Ask for them to talk slowly. Ask them to write it down. Ask them to put it in contract form and notarize it, because this is not a trustworthy bunch that is sharing this information with you. I hope that helped. That's, again, kind of specific, but it is an Aquarian energy that's out there right now. The innovative, progressive energy that's out there. And considering this is your card in reverse, it's urging you to not be naive, to hold dominion over what you have. If it's an invention, hold on to it. Hold on to the patent. Don't sell anything off, and don't buy these fast-moving messages as being face value, as what they say they are. You need backup and you need proof. Okay, I hope that helps, Aquarius. If you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comments section below the video. If you'd like a personal reading, feel free to email me at memememes@hotmail.com. That email address is in the description box below the video. Otherwise, I'll see you for the lunations for December, and then I will see you for the January 2018 readings. And have a wonderful holiday and solstice. Take care, Aquarius.